Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gaming CPA's channel. In today's episode we are going to be taking our one single factory floor that is future proof and basically replicating it all the way up until we have all of the iron ore nodes in this area accounted for, and they have a dedicated floor for their iron ore to come get smelted and turned into something else. So the day of reckoning, let's find out how many iron ore nodes we need to get ready for. 1, 2, 2 over there, 4 over there. Okay, we need to make 6 floors. All right, 6 floors. That's not bad. And again, all we're really doing is just replicating all of this. I did realize last time. How do I get? Oh boy, well. Okay, we're still alive. I did recognize last time that originally I was just planning on only smelting. I wasn't even planning on turning them into iron plates at this factory. It was literally just only going to be smelting. But I may end up just leaving it as is. The only problem is if I were to do this and continue this strategy, then when I go to do iron plates, those technically need to be an extra, like, I think 5 constructors wide, because it's 3 constructors to 2 smelters. And so if I do the same 10 smelters up and down the line, then I'm going to need at least, we're going to need at least 15 of these constructors making iron rods. So I'm technically going to have a floor that's wider than the others, which that could be fine. I could definitely apply that to all of them. I'm thinking about increasing the size anyways of the floor plan, just due to the fact that you see that how that little red thing right there is kind of sticking out. I don't like that. That's going to be a problem. So I may end up expanding that anyway. So we may just expand all of this. Sadly, that does mean that we're going to clip with that. So potentially I might expand downstairs and kind of reprogram it at a later date and move it about, how'd you get out there? Maybe about 5, 6, or 7 in this direction, all the way up until hopefully that stone piece over there. I don't know how far that is. Let's go ahead and turn this into zoop mode. 2, 3. Ooh, that does not give me a whole lot of space. 4, 5 is going to be hitting that. So I'm going to be running into it, which on the bottom floor doesn't matter per se. And then we'll cut down these trees. So we may end up doing that, but that'll be a later date. Right now, we are just kind of planning things out, building everything up as needed. So let's go ahead and start with that. By the way, just a warning, you're probably not going to hear a whole lot of talking, but probably a whole lot of noise making as I am laying down pieces to the puzzle and trying to get things figured out and moving on and grooving. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start ourselves up with our next smelting floor. Alright, you guys, I decided to do some mayhem research. I want to get to the point where I might also try to unlock, can't afford that, the awesome sink, so that I can start to get the points, because I do want to get those nubbins, since I seem to be having a problem, and I don't want to go ahead and build my whole factory without the nubbins, because that's going to be important in making things work better, and at least having all the little power set up. So definitely going to want to do that. I'm just doing some research though right now. Figured it'd be good to go ahead and do some of this just to knock it out and take care of it. I do have some of those. Am I able to? I should also probably make a power shard while I'm over here, because being able to overclock is going to be important down the road. It's going to be something we are going to want to do, and that's kind of what we're preparing for. Again, by doing all this, we're preparing for the time that we do get to overclock. So let's go ahead and research this overclock as well, as well as researching all these other things and trying to get things all figured out. We're going to have to unlock that a little bit later, but we can get these alien organisms. They create protein. And let's see. There we go. That's your medicinal or bioorganic properties. I think that might actually be a resource you can burn. Yes, we want more pockets eventually. And of course the rebar gun. Alright, I think that's all we can do on the research. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and I think look into the resource sync program. Oh, I already have it all. Then let's go ahead and send this up. Again, it's just going to help me build, when I'm building the factory, it'll make it all nice and clean. So that's awesome. So let's go ahead and send it on up. Put it into our favorite viewpoint, you know what I mean? Send it off. Bring me back the resource sync. Yeah, buddy. Woo! Alright. Perfect. Let's go ahead and build it. It's going to take Awesome sink. Oh, it does take some reinforced iron plates. That's not too bad though, you guys, to be honest. That'll take just a little bit of time to build, but we have all the resources. I mean, look at all these screws and iron plates. So I will reach back when we get this built. All right, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and place the awesome sink. I decided to just kind of build a little section over here real quick for it. So let's go ahead and place it down. It's decently big, so we want to make sure we have all the room for it, and I want it facing this direction. And basically what I've done is I've taken all of, you know what, I don't know if I want, yeah, we'll take all of it, because honestly, I don't think our conveyor belts can move fast enough to actually remove it. Oh, this is not centered. Oh, my bad. You're supposed to be centered there, good buddy. Can I center you, please? No, floor is too steep. Not sure what his problem is. Floor is too steep. Oh, is he not a centered object? Oh, interesting. My bad. I was hoping it would be, but that's okay. Only thing that matters is that I center it on this. Perfect. Alright, so again, I'm basically pulling in all my iron plates from these different kind of conveyor segments that I'm currently making, only because, again, I'm not really needing them all quite yet. I think we're producing probably about 60 a minute. So once we connect this guy to some power, he should start operating. Let's see, you guys have a power pole? And then we can start getting some research, getting some of those points so that we can unlock again the, hopefully the little nubbins for the power. So that I can start making my utility room look a lot better. So let's go ahead and drop ourselves off the awesome shop as well, right here. And voila! So what we want to see, you guys, is I need, and this is a need, let's see, it's going to, is it underneath? Is it not walls? Ah, here we go. Perfect. I want conveyor lift floor holes, and I want the wall power outlets. Again, these are super nice. These are the nubbins I'm talking about, and I'm actually going to unlock all of these because, to be honest, they're all going to be nice and helpful in futurizing, because I'm going to be wanting to move resources up floors, and I want to use the floor hole at all possible. So if you look at this, yes. So we can actually use standard that, or we can do DNA points. So that's where I have almost unlocked that DNA on the man. But anyways, you guys, we're going to go back to building the factory. Sorry, I took a little detour. I just figured I might as well get that going. So that way in the future, as I'm building up, I can at least get the nubbins and get those utilities going. And connect you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and hey, you need to be connected to you, and you, and you, and you, and that's connected. So now we get a select copy. Let me go, pasty, 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 pasty boy, pasty boy, pasty, pasty, pasty. All right, we got all the iron ingots, and now, oh, hey buddy, now let's see what kind of constructors we can build. None, because we need reinforced iron plates, so let's go ahead and do some magic and get that fixed real fast. All right, we recovered, so we now are able to build our constructors. Let's go ahead. I don't know, can I sprint backwards? No, you cannot while holding control. That's all right. So we're going to be placing down our 10 constructors. Now again, we're going to be putting iron rods on this floor, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'm actually going to... Oh, there we go. I'm actually just going to have this floor only basically, or this factory only be smelting into ingots. Right now I'm going to set it up so that it can smelt iron rods and such, and iron plates. But in the end, I'm actually just going to set it up so that it only smelts the ones that I want, and that is just the ingots. And the reason for that is because I want to take all the smelted ingots out to a different factory and have it done there. But right now we're setting it up so that it can work, so that my early base, my early factory, it's all set up and ready to go, because we need this to be smelting. And if it's just kind of set up so that it's automated and going quicker, and there's, you know, it's a little more organized, it'll be good for an early base. But we will end up updating it down the road to that next part. So probably the upstairs that I'm going to build here will probably be much more simplistic, and they probably won't be Won't be too complicated. I think it'll just be a smelter, and that'll be it. Because again, all I care about early game is let's get the rods and the plates, and then as I get all the other smelting all set up, I can get a bunch of iron ingots, and then we can unlock the assembler. The assembler will help us to craft the reinforced plates and such like that. So that's kind of the game plan. But yeah, I would say right now, getting everything set up and organized. Let's make sure this actually lines up with the stuff below. It does not. I went a little too close. I should have looked first. All right, that's all right. Luckily, we can just quickly disassemble. And then let's make sure. Okay, so that's more like it. That's lined up perfectly. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and close that off. And continue. So that's the strategy here, because yeah, like I said, I want a smelting tower, and then I want a tower that I then pipe all the ingots to, or a factory of some sort set up that I then take all the ingots and turn them into your early game resources, and then from there I can take them into a place where they get assembled, and a place that might require 2 different resources that can have its own factory and such like that. So that way it's a little more organized. Things are a little more kind of spread out in that sense. And so that's kind of the game plan. But right now, early game, we definitely want to get these iron rods. We definitely want to get these iron plates going ASAP. So we're going to keep that coming. And hopefully if my awesome sink is close enough, we may be able to hopefully have those floor holes already and be able to bring things up in a cool looking way to make it look good. So let's go ahead and check in real quick, see if we got any coupons. We got 2, and how many do I need for the nubbins? I think I need 3. You gotta be kidding me. So I could technically do the conveyor lift hole if I wanted. Oh, but I really want to get the wall power. Oh, I ran out of power as I was doing some work elsewhere and building that factory. So let me go ahead and get things powered up, and I'll check back in once I am able to unlock those nubbins. Alright, you guys, we just unlocked, or we just got our 3rd fix-it coupon. So we're going to go ahead and unlock the power outlets, add it to our cart, go into the cart system, buy all. Alright, perfect. We have now unlocked what I consider one of the coolest additions they ever did, and that is the wall outlets. So let me go ahead and show you guys really quick what this is going to do and help cleaning things up. Alright, so for example, let's say you have this smelter right here, right? Okay, he's looking okay. He's kind of, just hanging around here. What I can do is I can go ahead and I can see exactly where he plugs in. So right here, this little black nub right there, that's what he plugs into. You can tell by the cord leaving it. So all I have to do is simply come underneath it. Let's go ahead and just disable this. Click this, and if I just go right above it, now look at that, right? That is looking good. Okay, minimal. In fact, I think it's actually not quite straight. Oh man, that's not going to be straight. Okay, well that's probably just a problem for someone who's ultra. I mean that's pretty darn close. And then what I can do next is I can go up here, and if I'm smart, I will actually turn that into what's called a double outlet. So let's go ahead. So that's it right there. Let's see if I can turn this into. Okay, I can't quite do it that way. Alright, so now, let's see. Maybe, let's try this. We want a double wall outlet. Oh, that's only for walls? Oh, I thought that counted for these as well. Huh. Maybe not quite what I was hoping. Ah, interesting. For some reason, I thought it would work. Because you know how it works like that. But apparently that just works on the wall. Okay, well then we're just going to do these, I guess. And then what we can do from there is we can do the same thing right above it. If we take a little detour. We can do the same thing right above it. And then all of a sudden we have ourselves a nice little straight line. And it's hidden up here, so you'll never see it. And all of a sudden, that's not even close to straight, but then I can go like this, and I can connect this to another one that's down here that's connected to this guy. I can connect this smelter up to something right above it, like so, and then that connects up to that guy. And so that's kind of what you do. So that's how you hide the power so that you have minimal cord interference. You can clean out all these power poles out of here. And then you can just literally have all your power and extra conveyor belts running in that kind of utility room section. So we're going to go ahead, and now that we've unlocked that, we're probably going to work on that at a slightly later date. Right now, we're just going to finish up our factory floors, which right now we actually have a total of 2 completed. So we're going to go ahead and finish out the last 4 and then check back in with you guys. Huh, I always thought there was a blue slug up here or something. It just seemed like too cool of an arch to not have one. Let's see real quick. We'll go make a friend out of this guy. We'll see if we can collect him. Watch me go ahead and fall off. Oh, this is very, very narrow. Alright, we got the blue power slug, folks. Okay, perfect. Also, we just completed what I believe is our third, maybe even our 4th floor. I'm not going to dismantle. 1, 2. Okay, I think that's our 4th floor. I haven't quite put smelters in or anything, but we only have 2 more floors to go, so we're going to go up 2 more heights. And you can already see, looks like we do have a little bit overlap, but we're almost as high as the arches. So we're going to go ahead and get those 2 final floors completed and see how it looks. Alright, are you guys ready for the big reveal? There it is, 1 floor. Wait a second. I'm just kidding. I, in fact, set us up with a little bit of presentation. So what we have so far is, ta-da! We have basically our first floor, which has a little bit more done because I have those walls in the way. We put in our second floor, which we did kind of on the early on. That's got our iron rod set up, and then we have our 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, dang it. Oh well, that'll be a stream for another VOD. Have to be some content for a different one, as I'm exhausted and I need something else to do in our final VOD for the month. So I'm thinking maybe we finish this up, we get all the power hooked up, we get it all cleaned up and the outside decorated so it looks a lot better and a lot more like a factory. But this is what we have so far, you guys. Again, we have 5 floors, all centered on point, so that once I'm going in, I start bringing in all the different ores. When they're all hooked up to power, then things will run nice and smooth. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did and want to leave a thumbs up, that would be appreciated. And if you haven't yet and you want to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell next to it, so that way you get notified when I go live or post more content, that would be awesome as well. And until next time, you guys, maximize deductions and pay less in taxes. Have an amazing day.